What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. We're afraid of somebody. It gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football. Shit don't win in boxing.
I'm the #1 contender to fight Tank, so either you gotta wait on the back burner or let's get the fight going. But we're still waiting to see what Tank doing, and then I think we're lining that Lucas Body fight up, hopefully, because y'all know I want to get him up out the way.
Tank is the fight. That's why I'm calling it out now. It's mandatory. We hold 2 WBA belts, but we don't want Tank to run the 140 now. We want to fight Tank because he's the best right now.
Gervonta has broken his silence. Floyd Schofield called him out, and now the most dangerous man in boxing has something to say.
You got to stay on your P's and Q's with Tank for the whole 12 rounds. That is, to me, the biggest test for Floyd. He got to keep his mind in the game for 12 rounds.
But that's a talk for a different time. I ain't trying to get to that ball.
Yeah, it would be a personal one there. Yeah, man.
I'm going to make sure.
I would love for that fight. Y'all talk about it.
Fight isn't just back on Davis. It never really left. Floyd Schofield Sr. made it clear, Team Schofield wants Gervonta next. He sees Tank as the biggest test in boxing. Not because it is easy, but because they believe Austin is ready for it. Senior thinks Austin has the pressure, toughness, and style to give Tank real problems. They are not interested in safe fights or waiting around. They want the biggest challenge, and Tank is the fight they are calling for. Senior also took shots at Shakur Stevenson, saying Austin would bring a different kind of pressure and make that fight a real battle.
A real fight.
It's a difference when you go in there and break somebody's nose or their jaw when you're fighting. Boxers that be with great amateurs are usually not saying they market it very well. Because they come out, they get big budgeted, and they market it. The people like us that had to throw fights ourselves, for build our own stadium, do all of that, it's a difference. We gonna come out and break your rib. We know your body is soft.
Senior pushed the confidence even further. He believes Austin's pressure, physicality, and mean attitude would make things very difficult for Tank. In his mind, Tank would not just be facing a young fighter trying to survive. He would be facing someone looking to make the fight uncomfortable from the first bell to the last. He brought up Shakur again too. His point was simple. Austin would not let Shakur box at his own pace or sit back and do what he wants. The message from Team Schofield was loud and clear. They want the big fights. They want the big names. And they believe Kid Austin
dropped on me. Nothing. Kid got dropped before that fight. Kid got dropped in sparring. Kid got dropped in the amateurs, and every time he got dropped, he got up and won.
Then Gervonta finally responded, and his message was direct. He texted Floyd Sr. telling him he was going to get his son hurt badly. He also called him out with strong words. That response changed the whole tone of the conversation instantly. For weeks, Floyd Sr. had been saying Tank does not want the fight. But now Tank is firing back like he is ready to handle it in the ring. That makes this matchup even more interesting. Team Schofield has been calling for the opportunity, and now Tank is putting the pressure right back on them. If both sides are serious, this could move from online talk to a real fight very fast. But it did not stop there. Tank also texted Floyd Jr. directly, warning him that after he is done with Senior, he is coming for him next, and his words were not friendly. Floyd Sr. then clapped back at fans who think Tank would easily knock Austin out. He made it clear that people are sleeping on his son just because he is young. Austin has been around boxing his whole life. He started competing at age 8 and built a strong amateur background long before anyone was paying attention. So when people say Tank has too much experience, Senior does not buy it. In his eyes, elite fighters do not call on Austin for serious work unless he is operating at a high level. The message was simple. Fans may not know Kid Austin yet, but Team Schofield believes he is far more ready than people think.
He was 8 years old. He got over 300 amateur fights. What do you mean experience? All he know is boxing. He didn't go play football or go to school. He didn't even go to school. So experience, they don't got more experience than him, or they want to call him in to help them get ready for their championship fights. People don't call a person less than them to get them ready for a championship fight. So come on, use your head here. But right now you're talking about nothing because you don't know him. You're wasting my time.
Floyd Schofield Jr. also made his position clear. He is not interested in arguing with fans online. While people keep saying Tank would knock him out, Floyd said his focus is on training, recovery, and living like a real fighter. He is in the gym working on his craft every day. And when training is done, his priority is getting his body right and recovering properly. That shows a different side of him. Instead of trying to win every internet argument, Floyd wants his work to speak for itself. Going back and forth with fans who have already made up their minds only brings stress and distractions. So while the outside noise...
Arguing with ignorant people who, no matter what I say, they're still going to be set on their opinions that I'm going to lose the fight or so-called. So why am I going to waste my time? Like, not for you, Mills. Of course, I'm going to give y'all the interviews because y'all doing y'all.
We understand.
I'm not going to go back and forth with people online because I don't gain nothing from that besides stress. I ain't got time
Then
for that.
Floyd Sr. took the confidence even further. He said Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson are not threats to his son. In his mind, Austin has already been built for fights at that level. He spoke like a father who raised a fighter from the ground up. Years of sacrifice, discipline, and hard work went into building Kid Austin into what he is today. So when people watch Floyd Sr. talk, they are not just hearing a father being loud. They are hearing someone who truly believes the work has already been done. Austin did not just show up overnight. He has been shaped through a long boxing life that started...
Tank and Shakur and them ain't no threat for us. We got them ready for their fight.
He sound like the father in there.
No, he sound like I raised a good son. You probably not doing that with yours, or you would know that. Because I raised that. Hold up, young man, you're talking that. That's rule number one. So apparently your father didn't teach you that. That's talking while I'm talking. That's what I raised as a parent by myself since 2. From homeless. So hold up, young man. So understand greatness. Like I said, you understand greatness when you're speaking to it. That's what I raised from homeless. So if you can say, oh, he talked like a great man, I did a great fucking job. So like I said, you're witnessing greatness.
But Floyd Sr. did not stop there. He doubled down on his belief that Tank does not really want the fight with Kid Austin. He said he has been saying this from the beginning and now fans are just watching it play out in real time. He pointed out that Tank already had the chance to fight Floyd when he was his mandatory, and it still never happened. He also brought up old comments where he claims Tank admitted he would not fight Kid Austin when Floyd was only 17 years old. To Senior, that says everything. This is not about timing. It is not about business. He believes Tank knows the danger that Austin brings and simply does not want that matchup. And no matter how loud...
I told y'all from day one, Tank ain't never gonna fight Kid. Y'all just watching it play out. Y'all the ones, they the ones who believe this. Tank didn't fight us for a year. He avoided us as his mandatory. Y'all think now he's all of a sudden gonna wanna get in the ring with Kid? He said it out of his own mouth. I would never get in the ring with that kid when Kid was 17 years old. So it's like people want to force this man into a fight he don't want. He don't want the fight. He never gonna want the fight with Kid. I mean, it is what it is. Some fighters know.
Floyd Sr. also pushed back on the idea that Tank Davis is above the sport. When a fan suggested that Tank has enough star power to avoid certain fights, Sr. rejected that completely. In his eyes, no fighter is bigger than boxing. It does not matter how popular you are or how much money you bring in. He made it clear that if Tank is mandated to fight Floyd and still refuses, then the system should hold him accountable. Champions come and go. Boxing always moves on to the next name. So from Senior's side, Tank may be a star right now, but that does not give him the right to avoid his responsibilities.
He said, one of your fans says, Tank, bigger than y'all program, he do whatever he wants to do. You believe that? He can do whatever he want to do. They want to mandate him to fight us, and they want to be stripping him. So that's bogus. Nobody is bigger than boxing. They replace these champions left and right. We only have 10 to 12 years on that throne before they replace them. So nobody bigger than boxing in the program.
Here's the rewrite in simple words. Then Floyd Schofield Jr. tried to change the tone with a more respectful message. He tweeted that he loves Tank and that all the trash talk is just part of building the fight. He thanked Tank for the opportunity and called for a great fight for the fans. He also reminded everyone that a world title is on the line and that this moment is part of both of their legacies. That tweet shifted the mood after all the back and forth. Floyd made it clear there is no real hatred, but he also made it clear that he understands how big this fight could be for both of their careers. Then Boxing Kingdom reported that negotiations are moving forward for WBA lightweight champion Gervonta to defend against mandatory challenger Floyd Schofield Jr. Both sides have until June 22nd to reach a deal before purse bids are ordered. That update made everything feel much more real. After all the callouts and interviews, the fight is now moving through the business stage. Floyd is the mandatory challenger, which means if both sides cannot agree on terms by the deadline, purse bids could be ordered automatically. That puts real pressure on everyone involved. Tank is the champion and the bigger star. But Team Schofield believes this is their chance to force the opportunity and prove they belong at the top level. At this point, the fight is no longer just about who talks louder. It is about whether the business side can match the energy that has already been built around it. To add to that, Tank's coach Kenny Ellis, along with Floyd Sr. and Kid Austin, all spoke openly about the possibility of this fight happening. That interview made the matchup feel even more serious because both sides are now discussing it publicly and in real terms.
Yeah, this fight I think would be good for Tank. Because even both Tank need a tune-up, Floyd need a tune-up. The whole goal in boxing is to fight the best. And Tank is the best. I don't care what nobody say. I know we the underdog. But how do you challenge yourself? My son really challenge himself.
I agree, but it's not up to me and you. I hopefully, whoever's in charge, they can make it happen, for whatever it takes. But like, it's a good fight. It's a good fight. It's a real good fight.
Well, right now, Oscar and them claim they talking to PBC that they're in negotiations for that fight. Tank is coming back, so these guys better be ready. They better be ready.
So we have a tweet, with Tank saying he will get his little ass whooped. I have none of those twitches that Tevin has. I'll beat the dog shit out of this.
Team Schofield believes Floyd has earned his shot as the mandatory challenger, and they are confident he can give Tank a serious fight. Floyd Sr. has been very vocal about it. He says his son is not afraid of the moment and has been built for this level his entire life. On the other side, Kenny Ellis represents Tank. They know Gervonta is the champion, the bigger name, and one of the most dangerous punchers in the sport today. That is what makes this fight so interesting. One side has a hungry challenger ready to shock the world. The other side has a proven champion who has already shown he can end a fight with just one punch. With negotiations reportedly moving forward, this interview only adds...
And the thing is, my son, win, lose, or draw, it don't stop his career. It only made sure that he made the bag so his family is secure. So the rest is just the icing on the cake. Our goal is to make sure our young man is straight. He will make millions for this fight. His kids is okay now. The house paid for. Now go have fun, whatever happened in boxing. So people could think what they want. Nobody capping. We're number one. You supposed to challenge the champ. Win, lose, or draw. You lose, you go back down, you build back up as a boxer. That's what makes you great.
Damn, it's been a year for Schofield already?
Yeah, last June. It's about to be a year, and Tank is a year and a half. They both each other tune up, no matter how it looks. And my son, I've been saying he's the greatest of all time. When do we get a chance to prove it or go after it? This is a huge risk for my son. What happened if my son
You're
wins?
going against the king.
Right. What happened if he win? What happened if God forbid he stopped Tank? How is his life the next day? So with this journey of life, you got one life. Have fun, risk, have fun, go for it. What's the worst that can happen? You lose. Nobody expected you to win. So, it's a win-win for my son no matter what. Just getting in the ring is a win-win for him.
Just to be in the ring with Tank is a good experience for him,
For real. He will learn from whatever Tank teach him in that ring. He will carry that on throughout his boxing journey.
Oscar de la Hoya also spoke on whether the Tank Davis versus Floyd Schofield Jr. fight will actually happen, and he sounded positive about it. He explained that, on paper, the fight should get made. The WBA has already ordered it, and Golden Boy is now waiting to review the proposal from PBC. Oscar made it clear that the business side still needs to work for everyone involved, especially the fighters themselves. But his overall message was simple.
Do you think Tank and Schofield will get made, Oscar?
I
On paper, it should get made. The WBA, I believe, ordered that fight. I was talking to Tom Brown here, and he's gonna obviously send in his proposal to Eric Gomez. We're gonna study it, we're gonna dissect it, and obviously if it makes sense, it makes sense, and we make the fight. But look, it's all about making sure that the fighter gets what they want, and we as promoters, PBC and Golden Boy, we just want to make sure that we do not have any differences whatsoever in order to make this fight happen. So will it happen? I believe so. Only if the fighters want.
Oscar also pushed back on the idea that it might be too soon for Floyd Schofield. In his view, Floyd is in a great position right now. He is always in the gym, constantly improving and getting stronger. Oscar sees this as a huge opportunity for Floyd because he has everything to gain and nothing to lose. And that kind of hunger can make a young challenger very dangerous. If the fight with Tank gets finalized, Floyd would be walking.
Keep saying that. I think Floyd Schofield is in a great position. He doesn't leave the gym. He's probably the hardest worker in boxing today in the gym. He's just growing. He's getting stronger. He's getting faster. He's getting better, and he's still a baby. So his man strength is coming forward now. And so, look, if that fight happens, which hopefully it can happen, I would say third quarter of this year. Hey, I think it'll be a great fight, and don't count out Floyd Schofield, because he has everything to win and nothing to lose.
Bernie Thoxer also reacted to the WBA mandating Tank Davis versus Floyd Schofield Jr., and he did not hold back. Bernie said Floyd Sr. has been doing a lot of talking, but in his view some of it sounds unrealistic. He pointed out that Team Schofield has called for big fights before, but when those opportunities actually came around, things did not always play out the way they described.
I've been hearing Schofield talk a lot, man, and he's just out of his mind. The kid, I like the kid, but this guy he's talking real delusional. He's talking real delusional for a guy that called for the fight for Shakur forever, and then when he got to the fight, he backed out the fight. It's just like Richard Hitchens, he was doing all that talking and this and that, then he get to the fight and he don't fight. You give them a lot of play. Nobody else give them play, Mill. You give them a lot of play. So they going up, from your platform. But, the stuff you be saying is just ridiculous.
From Bernie's side, if Tank is listening, he might as well call their bluff and take the fight. He believes Floyd has built some attention around his name. But he also feels Floyd still has a lot to prove before talking like he is ready to beat someone at Tank's level. So for Bernie, this fight is interesting. But the real pressure is on Floyd Schofield Jr. If he gets the fight, the talking stops. He will have to go in there and...
If I'm Tank, you know what I'm saying? Schofield got a little following, so let's pull his bluff. Let's call it and fight him if I'm Tank, but, boy just be talking way too much. He don't be doing nothing. He just doing too much talking. And he talking like his son is like... he got that one-round knockout of Tevin Farmer, and that's good, but... come on, man. Come on, man. He got a lot to backing up to.
Zab Judah also gave his reaction to Floyd Schofield putting pressure on Tank Davis for the fight, and he looked at it from both sides. He said he respects the Schofields and likes the energy they bring. But when Tank's name came up, Zab made it clear that he still believes in Gervonta Davis. He pointed out that nobody really knows what Tank has been doing behind the scenes. Tank has been quiet, and he could have been training privately the whole time. Zab also reminded everyone that Tank's left hand is extremely dangerous. That is not something any fighter can take lightly. So while Team Schofield is calling for the fight and trying to force the opportunity, Zab still sees Tank as...
I like the Schofield, man. I like the Schofield, but nah. You know what? Wait a minute. Take that back, because a lot of time has been going on with Tank. And Tank, I don't know what Tank's doing. I don't know. We don't know if Tank training, if Tank been just quiet and training this whole time. But one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna believe in my southpaw brother right there. I ain't gonna front. My little bro, And listen, bro, David, I play with that left hand. That shit is dangerous. I ain't even gonna play with it. So I don't know.
Yeah. A lot of people are waiting for Tank to come back. Like I get a lot of DMs about it. Like people ask me like if I know what's going on.
I think he'd be doing the 3, 4 in the morning training with the team. Nobody get to watch him, you know.
Make sure to check out our other videos on the channel.